Hi, I'm Lou Santini, stand-up comedian, voice actor, TV host, writer, and actor, as well as former longtime radio broadcaster. Not to mention, huge Simpsons fan, metal fan, chocolate chip cookie lover, and whiskey enthusiast. I'm here at my private bar, Minnie Mo's Tavern, where it's always ladies' night. They'll be here. To tell you about my podcast and welcome you to my Patreon page, Amateur Nation with Lou Santini. You gonna say cut? If you've ever seen my stand-up comedy act, you know I talk a lot about amateurs. These are people who are simply doing life wrong, interrupting the flow of the pros, the normal people like you and I, who operate in a world with common sense, manners, and social skills. The amateurs are the unintelligent, self-entitled drama queen victim types who constantly need attention and interrupt our everyday lives because they know that their own lives suck. So people said, "You should write a book!" And I did. Here it is.
Oh, there's my baby. Amateur Nation, The Decline of Common Sense, Manners, and Social Skills. #1 on Amazon. All right, in the etiquette section, but so what?
Then people said, "You should do a podcast about the book." And I'm doing that. So apparently I do whatever people tell me to do. This podcast is about uniting the pros, the normal people, you and I, and calling out the amateurs, wherever and whenever they rear their ugly, stupid, space-taking, soul-sucking heads. If I can just convert one amateur into a pro, it would have been a complete waste of my time. However, with your help and support, we can stop hundreds and, dare I say it, thousands, perhaps millions of amateurs from clogging our lives and help them see the error of their ways. This is about unifying the people like you and I who have common sense, manners, and social skills and are sick and tired of having to babysit these daily amateurs while we sit back and have to pick up the pieces of their destruction and drama. It's not about making fun of anyone because of their age, ethnicity, sexual preference, political preference, religious beliefs, anything like that. Amateurs are based solely on their actions, and with your help and support, we can call them out. I owe it to you to give you a carefully produced podcast with good attention to detail. I do not phone it in. I'm going to be pointing a funny finger at society, usually the amateurs, while at the same time being insightful, and hopefully at some point you'll say, you know, he's right, because I usually am. And thus the rewards program is the perfect way to show just how much you hate amateurs too. And by the way, if you got all butthurt and offended because I just used the word hate, please click off this page immediately. You're exactly the type of knee-jerk reaction crybaby victim that this show does not want. Here's a few ways to tell if my Patreon page and podcast is for you.
Are you tired of people walking with their heads down and mouths open while texting? Want to scream when someone abandons their grocery cart in the middle of the aisle? Would you vote for the death penalty for anyone who texts or talks on the phone in a movie theater? Want to unleash on someone who gets onto a crowded elevator before everyone else exits? Want to strangle people who post pictures of their food on social media?
If you answered, "I don't see what the big deal is about any of those things," then you're an amateur, and we don't want you here. Unless you want to learn and convert to be a pro. Otherwise, click off and promise to never procreate. So please, rise up and join me every week for my podcast, Amateur Nation with Lou Santini. Thanks.